Morning all. As promised, I'm going to do a little demo on this Grok. Now, I access Grok through Twitter, but you can also just go in a browser and hang on, hold this one. Just go grok.com. Right, I'd recommend you sign in, and it saves all your stuff. But I prefer using it on Twitter, to be honest, or X or whatever it's called, because the user interface is a little bit easier for me. I think I'm used to this one. So, right, this Grok is fucking amazing, right? I'm going through a court case at the moment. If I didn't have this Grok, I'd be knackered, right? I've read all the books. I've done. It's just too hard, right, to do it, to learn it for me. Honestly, I've tried and tried, but with this Grok, you just type in the questions. For instance, right, watch this, right? Bear with me. This might take a while. My employer has deducted £300 from my wages without telling me, and no court order in place. Does this breach any legislations? Right. Don't know what it's going to tell me, but let's go. Boom. In the UK, without a court order is likely to breach the Employment Rights Act, blah blah blah. Employers and exploration. Employment Rights Act. Yeah, still going. Steps you can take. Right. Let's missed out the other one. Any other legislation that could have been breached? Come on, mate. It's not perfect, but honestly, wait for it. Oh yeah. Theft Act, 1968. Breach of contracts. Yeah, it's not. I've not agreed in my employment contract. So I've not agreed that they can deduct money from me, as I've got it. No, National Minimum. No. Equalities Act. Don't know about that. Wait for it. No. Consumer Rights Act. Unfair, maybe. Yeah, didn't think about that. GDPR. Right. So it's missed out. Hang on. What about the Attachment of Earnings Act? Yeah, so I missed that, which is a bit shit, but the Attachment of Earnings Act is relevant to your situation because it governs how deductions from wages can be made under a court order, known as the Attachments of Earnings Order. Since you stated your employer deducted £300 from your wages without a court order, I'll assess whether this Act applies and if its provisions were breached in your case. Court order requirement. Attachment of Earnings Order can only be issued by a court, county court, magistrates court or family court. The court specifies the amount to be deducted from wages and instructs the employer blah blah blah. So basically, if they've got no court order, if for instance they had a letter from the Department of Work and Pensions saying I owed them money, and they just took it, it's fucking illegal. So fuck you. Right, so that's that. Right, okay. Now, with regard to like procedures and such, I'm sort of halfway through this case, and I'm waiting for their defence. Now, they've got 28 days for a defence to provide a defence to my claim. If they don't, he who leaves the battlefield first loses by default. That's a maxim of law. But I was unsure of what to do next. So now let's do a new one. New search. I am waiting for a defence to be filed in my civil claim against my employer. It is due by the 10th of June. If they do not reply, what is the next step under UK CPR, Civil Procedure Rules, that stands for. Right. Boom shakalaka. If your employer fails to file a defence by June 10th in your civil claim under UK Civil Procedure Rules, you can take the following steps. Apply for a default judgment, which is what I'm going to be doing. If the defendant does not file a defence 14 days after service, or 28 days if an acknowledgement of service was filed, which is correct, you, as the claimant, may apply for a default judgment under CPR Part 12. This means the court can rule in your favour without a trial because the defendant has not responded. Right, so 6 days left. I hope you're watching. I really hope you're watching, because I want to. If they do defend it, I'm going to tear it apart. I don't think they will, honestly. Right, here we go. So if they don't file their defence, I've got to apply for this, and you typically complete and submit form 225. Well, I've done that. It's already waiting to go. Court's response: if the application is successful, the court may enter a default judgment, potentially awarding you the remedy sought. For claims involving unspecified amounts, the court may schedule a hearing to assess damages, blah 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 blah. Right, so N225 is the next one, which I've done. And for instance, I don't know who I have to send that to, so I would type in here, who do I send form N225 to? The court, or it's going to be the court, isn't it? Or the defendant, or both. Right, send for form N225 to the court. File the completed form to the court where your claim is issued. This is typically the county or high court, depending on your case. Do not send it to the defendant. Alright, here we go. Another question answered for me. Right, so basically I'm just waiting until the 10th of June. If they don't file a defence, I'm sending that to the court. And I think they'll let them know. And then, like for instance, what happens if the defendant doesn't pay? I think you go to the High Court, I think, and get in. What happens if the defendant, if you fails to pay the amount ordered by the court after a default judgment is granted, you can take steps to enforce the judgment. Right, so if they don't pay, I've got to enforce it. The court's going to notify them. Right, here we go. CPR Part 70. Several options to enforce the warrant of control. Instruct a county court bailiff or high court enforcement officer to seize and sell the defendant's goods to recover the debt. Oh, I can't wait. Fucking brilliant. Attachment of earnings order. Look at that. The court orders the defendant's employer to deduct money from their wages to pay me. Oh, that'd be fucking classic. And another thing I forgot to mention is I work for a public government agency. That's all I can say, really. Now, I found out that they have, when the DWP wrote to them, they just paid it without fucking question. There's no policies in place, no procedures. I've got this in writing as well. So all the other employees in my organisation that have had money deducted, it's probably fucking the same for them, you know, it's all illegal. So I'm going to apply for an injunction. I'm going to wait till the 10th, and I put in my injunction form, which I believe is at N16A. And I'm going to ask for them to go back through the thing for 6 years and pay back all my workmates' money. So that's going to cost them millions. So from not paying me 300 quid, it's going to cost them millions. So yeah, fuck you very much. Right, I've waffled on a bit now. I'm going to leave it at that. But you can see how good Grok is. Just have a play around with it. Just type in what you want. There's loads of other tutorials on there. But the best thing is to just play with it yourself. Right, thanks for watching. If you've watched to the end, like, subscribe, share and all that old bollocks. And take care. See you on the next one.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.